Thank you for choosing our Patio Heat channel. I'm Steve. We provide tips and information to extend the enjoyment of your patio project. Our videos give you a knowledgeable overview prior to investing in your outdoor heating equipment. Whether you are a professional or owner builder, we provide specific details for optimum heat coverage for your application. Post a comment or question, or for developed visual designs, send your request into designs@patioheat.com. We're here to work with you. For over 30 years, patio heating is the bedrock of our business, expressing what works best. Now let's get heating. All right, so we have this commercial application here, restaurant, and we have these pergolas with a thatched roof. Let's go right into the overall dimensions first of all. So overall dimensions I have is approximately 34 feet in diameter, as well as we have these heights here. I have the beam right here. I have that at 9'4" off the finished floor, and then I have the top of this thatched section of the roof itself at 9'8". I have a drop down of about 2'6". The bottom edge here 7'2". There's a section here that I have that is approximately 50 feet long. I did get a image here. Let's go ahead and just kind of show what that image would look like. So you can see here that there's more of this a planter section over here as well as over here. They are going to have a wall built on this side here to block some of the air movement. We have different seating positions here. We have dining over here. This is all dining section over here, as well as we have a bar section over here. And on the bar section there's seating here, here, and this fourth position over here. This is a serving area over here, so we're not going to focus on heating this spot here. Let's see what else we have here just to take a look at. I'm going to take the top off for a minute here. I have the seating positions kind of on the perimeter of this section. I'm also going to turn off the dimensions now. But it could be that they did say that they are not going to be seating in the center position here, but it could be that the seats might be more on the inside edge. Now I have more chairs here than there really should be, but you can see that moving them in versus having them out, I'm not quite sure how that's going to truly be, but we should kind of take a look at that. So the first thing I'm going to show is placing some CD 6024 6000 watt 240 volts. Now I have these at a 45-degree tilt, so straight out 45 degrees down, and I have them centered within each one of these beams here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the footprint of heat. So this is infrared light waves. If you're in that light wave, you'll feel the warmth. If you're outside of that light wave, say you're standing over here, you're not going to feel the warmth. These do not heat the air. It only heats mass, so chairs, floors, human body, anything that's mass will feel that or absorb that heat. So the other thing too I want to show is maybe placing some units on the outside edge of the heater, or excuse me, the pergola itself. There is a section that we are concerned about with regards to making sure that we're meeting the clearances to combustibles, and that would be this thatched roof style. We want to make sure that we're meeting the clearances above, which is 6 inches above the heater itself, and then 36 inches down below. If I went ahead and showed that clearance below, you'll see that the way I have this built, it should be no problem with those clearances, and also with the angle that I have it at. And you can see that this setting, we're heating up just the center positions on each one of these beams that are going across here. Let's go ahead and take that roof off again for a second so we can see that ray better. So this would be okay. Now that I believe there are some seating positions out here as well, but they may or may not wish to have these heated. these areas heated with these type of heaters. Maybe placing a freestanding heater out here would be more beneficial for them. But let's go ahead and take a look at another option, which would be to put 2 units on each side. And you can see now that we're placing the 2 units on each side, that we are covering the area much better. Now I should also go in here and take a look at the distance between each one of these posts here. I have it at 17'4" and 1/2 inch center to center. So that might be something that's important to note. But go ahead and turn that off for a second. And again, looking at these, I believe these are about 8 foot center to center on each other. I'm going to go ahead and turn off that clearance below the unit, and so we can take a good measurement of the distance here. Let's see if we can grab it. It might be easier just to go from this point here to this point here, and we're at 8 feet center to center. So yeah, just to note that each one of these is 8 foot center to center, and obviously we're able to heat up the area a little bit more differently. Now there is seating positions that is attached to this wall here. I couldn't build that properly, so just so that you know that there is some seating over here. And would you feel that warmth? Yes, you'd feel a little bit of that warmth. But the table itself would absorb most of the heat, so your legs under the table wouldn't feel the warmth, but your upper body might feel a little bit of that warmth. And again, the reason why I have these tilted at that distance is because if I was to tilt these any differently, we would be heating up the Thatched style rooftop here, or section here, and even here you can see that I'm a little bit concerned about that right there. However, the clearance below is 36 inches, so yeah, we can see that we're actually not making that clearance here, and that would be a little bit of a problem. We'd probably have to move these in closer to each other, probably looks like another foot, so that would be 6 foot center to center. That might be a little bit too hot in the center, but in any case, that's something that might be able to be done. Another thing that could be done is lowering the units themselves, so that we are meeting the clearances on that. You'd have to come down probably about 24 inches. Let's go with 18 and see how that looks. So 18 inches is pretty close. In any case, that's something that might be able to be done. It really depends on what the true height of this is. Let's see if I have. I do have a LiDAR image here that kind of shows some of the true clearances or true distances here, but it was hard to actually get into that exactly. But let me turn off the ray here, and you can see that the distance here. Here's the beam, I think. See if we can get a better look at this for a second. Yeah, it's hard to really see on this. If I was to, let's go ahead and do this for a second. I'm going to change this and turn off this, and let's go ahead and turn off the Thatched roof as well. But this would be the LiDAR image here. So you can see that again, the beams, here's the main beam here, and the drop down, it's kind of hard to see that the drop down is way out here. So would that work? I'm not 100% certain, but you'd have to measure that out to make sure that it would. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off again and turn on the structure again. All right, so that's this section over here, and that would be kind of more of my recommended type of heating, is to place, you know, at least one unit on the inside, possibly 2 units on the outside. There is a different model that might be able to be used, and I'm not going to go into the whole section of it, but there is a what they call a CD5224 heater. That heater is going to look something like this. It's going to be approximately 4 feet long, as opposed to what you have here of 61 inches long. And let me go ahead and just swap that around real quick and place it over here, just to give you an idea of what it would look like. So it would be just a little bit like this, a little bit smaller in length, but in any case, it's a very nice, intense unit for outdoor use, and it's just shorter in distance, so it's something that could be used, and you know, maybe it would help from hitting the clearance edges to, you know, the combustible Thatched roof style. Anyways, let's go ahead and just turn that one off now and go back into the bar stool area here. So the bar stool area here, these are what they call CD models, or C series. CD meaning that they have 2 elements, dual elements, CD. And then what I'm going to show over here is going to be what they call a slimline. The slimline units I have attached, probably a chain or something of that nature would be the best type of application. I have 6 inches of clearance from this edge here to the beam itself. And then also I have this at the same elevation as the bottom of the beam itself, so that we're meeting the lower clearance below the heater itself. So it's something else to think about. And then this is a 4,000 watt unit, single element unit. You can also get a 3,000 watt unit. The 4,000 watt unit you would probably want, because this is bar stool seating, it's a little bit higher, so you're more into the intensity of the heater output itself. A 4,000 watt unit you'd probably want to control on, where you can dim the system up and down based on how comfortable your clients are. And then if not, possibly just using a 3,000 watt unit. And let's go ahead and look at the footprint of heat. So the footprint of heat on either one would be the same, it's just the intensity would be slightly different. But you can see here that we're covering most of this bar stool seating area, and I have this at just a, you know, straight down angle, so that's, you know, penetrating the seating positions very, very well. And then of course I only have them in the areas that are being occupied, so that would be a very good application for this side. And quite honestly, maybe even using the if you're only sitting on the outer edge, like I had shown before, then maybe just placing these type of units on the inside edge with a slight angle would be something that you would like as well. However, I just don't think the intensity for seating height of, you know, tables and chair versus a bar stool seating height is accurate enough. You can see that the level of heat here is about right there, and this is all the way down to the floor, so that would work out very well. I think that's about it. Let's see if there's anything else I could mention. Again, this outer edge heated by these positions here. Oh, I should also mention, you know, like sections like this may not even be occupied here. I think this is an entry level or entry area, So, you know, it's possible that you don't need to heat up the whole entire space, but let's go ahead and put those back. And same over here as well. So this is a access point for the employees. Over here, you know, if you needed to heat this, you'd have to do something very similar to this position over here as well for these areas here. All right. Well, I hope this has helped. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application and you would like us to review your plans, send your information into designs@patioheat.com. I'm Steve, and please tap that like button if you find this video interesting. Ask a question, make a comment. We're here to help. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Have an excellent day.